Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I was gonna wait to do this video until I had a clean kitchen, but I will never have a clean kitchen because it's a lived-in kitchen and I have limited energy. So let's talk about kitchens. A kitchen is very important with chronic illness because, oh sweetie, say hi. Kitchen is very important with chronic illness because you need to cook your foods. Eating right. Eating healthy for your body is very important. He still wants it. Eating healthy for your body is very important to try to manage your illnesses. It doesn't really matter what it is. If you're eating pizza all the time, boxed mac and cheese, quick stuff you can get in the grocery store, TV dinners, that's not exactly healthy for you. You're gonna just make your illness worse by eating that way. So you need somewhere to be able to actually cook and prep food. Generally, you're going to end up having to make from scratch, which is very unfortunate, especially if you're chemically sensitive. You're going to have to make from scratch because even a jar of pasta sauce, you're going to run into problems. So having a kitchen is very important. I am super privileged that I have this lovely large kitchen with lots of storage that was already set up for people with chronic illness. I think it's happening more. Please ignore the dog. Newer houses seem to be more set up. I don't know if people have finally realized that having drawers on the bottom makes it easier. But yeah, it makes a world of difference. Because I mean, if you're not feeling well, if you're achy, you have no energy, you need to go get something. Pots, for example. They usually end up on the bottom. At least in all the houses I've been in, where I've seen people in the kitchen, pots are usually on the bottom. The one you need is at the back. That means you pretty much have to sit on the floor, empty it to get the one you need, put everything back in, and stand up again. Well, maybe that's not a problem if you don't have chronic illness, but by the time I get on the floor, dig through the cabinets, get what I need, put everything back, I have to stand up. I just can't. So, I mean, there's been times that I've just laid on the floor for an hour because I can't get back up. There's been times I've scooted on my butt to the living room so that I could use the couch to get up because I couldn't do that on my own. And a drawer will save you from that. So this is a set of cabinets, and look, they're all drawers. So I haven't done anything special with them, but grabbing a frying pan, grabbing a pot, so much easier with drawers. I don't have to sit on the floor. And yeah, I'm wearing shoes because I hurt myself. But that makes it easier. This side is drawers too. Smaller drawers, so I mean, there's a giant ass cutting board in that one, but lids, containers. My kitchen is ginormous. Under the sink still does not have drawers. I mean, there's plumbing, and that under the sink is full. There's all sorts of built-in equipment there, so we couldn't even put drawers if we wanted to. And then you look over here and you're like, oh, no longer drawers. Well, actually, it is. And so I have all my baking and tall stuff in there. And those are modifications you can make. Cutting boards. So as long as you have cupboards that have the adjustable shelves. You could potentially buy aftermarket drawers and put in. So you'd still have the door, but you'd have drawers. And it does make life so much easier with drawers. We have made 0 modifications to this kitchen. Okay, that's a lie. I made 1 modification, but that's because I was tired of going through the spice rack. So this house came with drawers on all the bottoms, except for one section in the island, which I'll get to in a bit. Our previous house, we actually tore out the entire kitchen and put a new one in for a couple reasons. One was to make the bottom all drawers because it wasn't. It was also completely built-in cabinetry. There was no adjusting shelf height, so, I mean, nothing fit. Because things change height over the course of 40, 50 years. We also added a dishwasher because physically I cannot wash dishes. Like, I have a pile of dishes over here because washing by hand is physically painful for me. So a dishwasher is a lifesaver. I highly recommend it for those chemically sensitive. There are other considerations to take in, not just noise like most people do. There's the insulation and the inside. They all tend to stink. They tend to be plastic. They're using bitumen on the outside now, so that can cause problems. If you are chemically sensitive and you do not have the physical limitations and you don't want a dishwasher but you have a dishwasher, run it at least once a month. You don't have to put anything in it, but you need to keep water moving through it or it's just going to mold. And you don't want it to mold. Like, they never fully drain. So just run it. Just like if you have any drains in your house you don't use. Bathtub, floor drain in your utility room if you have that. Just once a month, pour water down it. Trust me, it'll help. So yes, I highly recommend dishwasher. So yeah, the other house we completely redid. Like, we tore out the kitchen and put in a brand new kitchen to put drawers on the bottom and to put in a dishwasher. That is not in a lot of people's budgets, so the aftermarket drawers for in the kitchen to replace the shelving is a possibility. You can also get bins, which is something else you could do. I bought an IKEA bin, like for the IKEA closets. It's fabric. We have all the dog stuff in it, and it fits in the island. This is a very deep cupboard, and that's why it fits. But I mean, you could potentially find a bin of an appropriate size and use that. Just grab the bin and pull everything out instead of, you know, sitting on the floor and trying to sort through it. It's a cheaper way without having to get modifications or get someone in to do modifications. It's just another idea. I'll just show you. Okay, so I love this kitchen. There's a lot of storage and a whole ginormous pantry. This is my dog stuff. So yeah, I have to get down and get stuff here. I do have things in bins, but they're not very big. But this one does the whole cupboard. It's one of those IKEA things. So if there's space, a bin would work. Okay, if we go into the pantry here, another idea that I really like. Yeah, I know I'm bad. They put, and I know there's not a lot of space for most houses. Like I said, this kitchen is ridiculous and I love it. They put an IKEA dresser in their cabinets that they built in the pantry. And that's a wonderful idea. So just for storage again. Like, there's just, yeah, I love this kitchen. Another idea for the kitchen, for the upper cabinets anyways, put the stuff you use the most lower down so it's easily reachable. I guess we can use, that's not a good example. This one's a better example. So I have 2 sets of mixing bowls up here. We use these colored ones more than we use those ones. So these colored ones are more reachable. Step stool. Mine's in the pantry. I have space for it in the pantry. I highly recommend getting a 2 or 3 step stool so that you can get up higher if you need to without, you know, reaching overhead. Because that just is not good for anyone, actually. If you have back, neck, shoulder problems, don't reach over your head, especially with something heavy. Another thing I highly recommend for your kitchen is a chair or a stool. Energy is hugely limited. If you can sit down to do something like chop your vegetables, pull your chair up in front of your stove so that you can sit and stir, it helps. It helps a lot. And even if we didn't have the island here with the bar chairs, I would have a stool up here so that I could sit and do things, because that's the only way I can get things done, is to sit and do them. Things like the dishes, I can't sit. I know some people do, but I find I can't get close enough. If you're gonna sit and try to do dishes, maybe look at making your house, or at least your kitchen, fully accessible. And that means modifying it for wheelchair use, which changes the sink cabinet and I think a few other things. But I haven't looked into it. I know what we did for our chronic illnesses, and I will never buy a house that doesn't have drawers on the bottom. Or the first thing I would do would be to modify the kitchen so that it did have drawers, because that makes a world of difference, and it makes it so you don't use all your energy trying to find the pot that you need to cook something, and then you can't cook because you found a pot. Because you had to dig. And that's... Anyways, I've been standing too long, so I'm going to go sit down. I hope this helped give you some ideas on how to make your kitchen a little easier to navigate. If you have any other ideas, please listen in the comments. We all need as much help as we can get. Thanks for watching. Bye.